In the shadowed halls of Chukchich Castle, a noblewoman's obsession with youth would become legend, the Blood Countess. In the distant mountains of Hungary and present-day Slovakia, on a lonely hill, Castle Chukchich rose. Its walls, shrouded in mist and shadows, concealed secrets that would chill even the bravest. Within those walls lived Elizabeth Báthory, born in 1560 into one of the most powerful noble families of Hungary. Her uncle, a military leader and prominent figure in the kingdom, ensured that from a young age, she was accustomed to power and authority, surrounded by luxury, political intrigue, and tales of vampires and black magic deeply rooted in the folklore of that part of Europe. Even as a girl, Elżbieta displayed a propensity for control and cruelty. Servants and other girls in the castle often felt her cold authority, and her punishments and stern looks seemed harsh, though they were only a shadow of what she would later become. Her intelligence and education were extraordinary. She spoke several languages, read medical and alchemical books, and studied theories of vitality and youth, all of which further fueled her obsession with eternal beauty. According to legend, it all began on an ordinary day, while her maid combed the long hair of the Countess. The girl accidentally pulled the comb too harshly, and blood flowed down her hand. When Elżbieta touched that blood, she felt a strange warmth. The skin at that spot became smoother, softer, younger. That moment sparked her obsession. From then on, she believed that young blood held the power to preserve beauty and vitality. It began slowly. Servants and girls from peasant families, drawn to the castle with promises of work or protection, were the first. Their suffering was a means, not an end. But soon her obsession turned into a ritual. Girls from the nobility, brought from distant lands, became the new victims. In the castle's dark chambers, Elżbieta oversaw tortures, cuts, and even the drinking of blood, believing it absorbed their vitality and youth. The rooms were coated with dark liquid, screams echoed through stone corridors, and the walls held secrets too terrible to speak aloud. The Countess was not alone in her crimes. Her accomplice, maid Anna Darvulia, carried out her orders and participated in the rituals, while Elżbieta sometimes bathed in the young girl's blood herself, believing it gave her indestructible strength. Legend says she enjoyed watching the suffering, remaining cold and dignified, as if none of it were frightening, and perhaps, to her, it truly was not. Obsession and power, however, could not last forever. In 1610, the disappearances of girls around the castle could no longer be ignored. Royal investigators entered Chukchich and found scenes more horrific than any nightmare. Bloody chambers, basements filled with corpses, traces of torture, and unspeakable suffering. Witnesses spoke of the Countess's cold gaze, as if none of this mattered, and perhaps, to her, it did not. Elżbieta was arrested, but her noble blood protected her from a formal trial. Instead, she was sentenced to life imprisonment within her own castle, in a room whose windows and doors were bricked up, with a small opening through which she received food. Legend says that even in prison she retained her luxury and cold dignity, her bedding, furniture, and a servant delivering her meals. She died in 1614, ending her life in the shadows of a castle that long continued to guard the secrets of her crimes. History and legend of Elizabeth Báthory blend like shadow and light. Some historians believe the number of victims was exaggerated, possibly for political reasons to discredit a powerful woman. while others argue her cruelty was real and unprecedented. Regardless of the truth, the Blood Countess remains a symbol of obsession with beauty, power, and death. A tale that still echoes through the dark corridors of history and Gothic myths. Sharkteeth's castle still stands today, shrouded in mist and shadows, as a silent witness to the story of a woman who sought eternity and left behind only blood, fear, and legend. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See what the next story brings.